everybody. Welcome to kdmoonchild's world. I'm Kaydie, and this is Saturday Solutions. We're all here. Get a card reading. Pardon me. I hope you all have had a happy holidays. Because now, as the new year comes around, we have one more holiday to do, and then the work begins. And I hope you're all ready to start. So this reading is going to be a little bit different today. I'm going to do it as, instead of 4 directions, pardon me, they'll still be the 4 directions, but they won't be sunset, sunrise, valley, and mountain. They're going to be winter, spring, summer, and fall. Okay? Are you guys ready to see what we're going to do for 2025? It's a combination of where we are and hopefully where we're going to be. So let's look at the cards. I'll be right with you. Okay, we're ready to start. I don't know about you. I'll tell you a little bit about how the layout goes. This is like you're looking at a compass. North, south, east, and west, of course. North, south, east, and west. This is the back. This is the bottom of the deck. You get the oracle card. This deck is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle Cards by Kyle Gray. It's one of my favorite decks. I use it a lot personally, as well in these readings. You see it often. Very intuitive deck. Anyway, let me explain to you what the directions are. This is current. This is our current situation. So what are we in right now? This is winter. Okay? Winter. Then we're going to go down here, and this one is going to be summer. Or spring, sorry. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. This is where we want to end up, okay? So let's do this. We know that on the bottom of the deck, we have the oracle card that says, wait for important information. What I get from that is, I don't know what the rest of this is going to tell us, but as the year 2025 progresses, to be quiet to the point of collecting information. But once you have the information, the need for quiet is no longer there. Okay. See, she's got, here's the snake. Wow. I keep pulling cards in my readings that have to do with shedding the old. And that is the symbol she wears on her arm. This oracle knows through life experience how to move on, how to complete it and move on. So, sweet, beautiful oracle, please tell us what you wanted us to know about the current situation we find ourselves in as we begin this winter time, as we're in between Christmas and New Year's, as I do this reading. Oh, medicine mother. Honor your inner knowing. Yes. This shaman knows to tell us all, the thing we have to let go of is such an attachment to ego. That is her medicine. You do not need ego. Not to thrive, That's a survival tactic. That's a basic, primal tactic. Fight or flight. That's what's your ego. That's why it gets involved in everything. Has to make everything a crisis, whether it is or not, or whether it even affects you or not. Medicine Mother is telling you to honor your inner knowing. You know what's right for you. You know the answers. They're deep inside of you. You see where this big claw is pointing? Deep in her heart, she knows. The sign of infinity over her eyes. And you notice the claws she wears in her earrings or her headdress. I guess that's part of her headdress. Be awfully heavy if that was in her ears. Maybe it is in her ears. All I know is they're pointing in opposite directions. One of them is pointing in the direction of her heart. Which direction is she telling you to go? What is she telling you to do? No matter what you think or you seem to hear, follow your heart. That's going to be really important this winter, is getting to know and honoring you. What do you stand for? What are your morals? What does integrity and decency mean to you? Wow. Looking at the colors in this card, a lot of purples and blues, and then chocolate browns. Real base, grounding colors that take off through the third eye into the lavender flame. Medicine Mother is here. She's here to guide you, guide us all. We need to listen to her as we are going through winter. So this takes us up into what, March? So the next card that we get is spring. Happens in March and April and May. Time of rebirth, growth, and new life. What do we get for our guidance? Oh, wow! The sun. Telling you to enjoy the success and the happiness that you figured out over the winter. How to get where you need to be. What you need to know. To get through your challenges that are going to be coming up in the springtime. Maybe it's the harvest. You got enough water? Do you have enough fertilizer? Did you prepare the ground properly? Are those your thoughts? Even though this is a sun card, it is also a Gaia card because it is the Gaia position. It is the earth position. This card is telling you not to worry. You plant the seeds. Now enjoy your successful planting time and be happy. Take it one season at a time. As we go into summer, from spring, understand your light is drawn directly from the central sun of the universe, from the light of the source of all creation. So how could you ever doubt that you would have success and happiness to enjoy? Our egos tell us that. We can't find this light, this beautiful, warm sunshine, until we deal with this part in our egos. We must get control over that and not go all off half-cocked willy-nilly in the heat of the moment. So this is a little bit of a prediction for springtime. Springtime weather-wise is going to be warmer than normal. So it is the perfect time to plant exotic things if you'd like. Just make sure that in your stock of survival items, you have plenty of water. Because also with the sun comes drought. So there will be drought for some of us, and there will be plenty for others. Now I know that's like, oh yeah, duh. You can say that about every year. When I say there's going to be drought for some, we're talking starve to death kind of drought. Extreme temperatures where not even the lizards can survive. That is in the spring, not the summer, but it is towards the end of spring. Rejoice, enjoy the light, plant what you feel you will need to survive in this harsh time. With the understanding that maybe you should plant something that is drought tolerant. And in that same vein, as spiritual people, nourish yourself with the sun. Get outside in nature as much as possible this spring. Heal from the solutions you found, the deep dives you've gone through and are going to go through this winter. Because the only thing you're going to be really counting on this winter is that everything is going to change. All the things that you're attached to is going to change. And you know that in the very core of your being. I don't need to tell you that. How you interpret this card right here is very important to all the rest of it. These two right here tell the story. This is just the enlightenment. So down here in the south, in the spring, we're going to have plenty of sunshine to the point where we will rejoice in it. And when it first comes, it gets to a long winter, cold winter of reflection. It's exhausting. We look forward to the recreation and the joy and the abundance of springtime. The new birth, all the baby things, the bright greens and the flowers in abundance. Life shows its true colors in the spring. When it's at its peak. So that is what this card is about. It's just going to be a little warmer than normal. So be prepared for that, okay? Store up extra water. If you've got your garden going or you're going to plant a garden, understand, get some shade cloth because it may be needed, okay? Also, when you're preparing your garden, I just heard, as you're adding the nutrients to the soil, the additives to the soil that you're going to be planting in, add something to that soil that helps retain moisture, especially if you live in the southern part of the United States, especially the Southwest. Dokie. So what do we need to know about summer? Huh? Excuse me while I take my card here. What do we need to know about summer? Oh. This card's Sky Father. Trust in the unknown. What usually happens in the summer? Weather. Severe weather. At least in North America. We have lightning storms, we have rain, we have hail, we have tornadoes, hurricanes, torrential rain, and you never know when it's coming. You just have to trust there will be a warning. See how the lightning is all the way around the eagle, and the eagle is warning. And the Sky Father says, trust me, this is how I feed the earth. Stay out of the lowlands and you will be fine. I'm interpreting that as we're going to have a lot more water coming this summer. Oh boy. Hurricanes, tornadoes, and for the Southwest, the monsoon. Oh, I mean, and the drought is the Pacific Northwest. North, along the Pacific coast, into Canada and Alaska. The sun will be shining too brightly. And it will start in the spring and just intensify in the summer, to the point it brings in the storms of the lower 48 to Alaska, and intensification of the storms in the Marine Highway of British Columbia. And maybe some cruise ships will have some issues going up through the Marine Passage. Be careful of if you are planning a trip to Alaska by water, be careful when you go. Pay attention to your intuition of whether you should go or not. If you get the slightest inkling to stay home, stay home. Because I'm also getting some cruise ships, you definitely are going to have some troubles. Well, Spirit, what's that going to do for our crops and our food supply? I need a clarifier card for that. Got a stack of cards here. Let me grab a deck. I'm going to grab one from the Mystical Shaman deck. Since we're doing angels and ancestors and that kind of thing. I just would like a clarifier on this, please. Is the weather this summer going to have an adverse effect on the crops in North America? I can get these to go together. Hard to shuffle when you got the cards and stuff all laid out there. What is this effect going to be on our crops? I got the gatherer. There will be plenty because we are very good at gathering as the crops come in. There will be no waste. That's what I get to clarify this. Excuse me, while I hit the microphone, I apologize. To clarify the Sky Father. We need to trust that we can grow enough and have enough to gather. No matter what happens with the weather, we will have enough to gather. There will be enough. So you hear these people talking about food shortages, blah, 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 blah. It's probably an excuse to raise prices. There is enough. But just enough in the summer. The most important thing about summer is understanding trust and knowing that the sun from springtime, the heat is going to start happening in the late spring and build even higher in the summer. This is why it will be difficult for the crops. The storms, only the hurricanes and tornadoes will be bad for crops. Hail, which goes with tornadoes, bad for crops. Torrential rains, not great for crops. But we will not be having all of that. Some of that, yes, not all of it. What does it say about us as a people? What do we need to do? As always, right now, store. Don't just gather. Store it up. We're coming out of a time and going into a more time of extreme heat. So the desire for more water than usual is going to be higher. You're going to need to fill your bathtubs and every vessel you can with extra water, just to make sure there's enough. And that's enough for your use, not for use on crops and animals. And you're going, what if I live in an apartment? You tell me to grow a garden and all this stuff. How do I do that if I'm living in an apartment? How do I gather my harvest when I'm dependent on the bodega down the street? And whatever prices they decide to charge. I'm telling you, if you have a window that gets sunlight, at least grow some greens. Grow some lettuce. Something that doesn't require a lot of light, but you can still eat it. Doesn't necessarily have to provide something like a fruit, like a pepper or a tomato. You don't need to do that. Just think how much money you would save if you didn't have to buy lettuce anymore. And how the recalls that have been coming up for different kinds of lettuce, especially romaine. Can you imagine a summer without having a lettuce recall for something or other because everything was grown properly and washed and cared for and sold properly? No human error involved? Yeah, in your dreams and mine. So anyway, gatherer. Shall we be brave? see what is in store for us in the fall of 2025. I'm seeing lots of construction here too. Lots of construction going on. The fall is going to be a time of healing. Look at all that chakra green, heart green. And look on her arm. She is the lady, not the oracle. She does not have the snake on her arm, even though she thinks she understands what it means to shed things and let things go. The message here in the apple of it being a star or a pentacle is she needs to be careful of her money. Be careful of your money. Be creative in your finery, how you wear your attire. Because understand that it is in your creativity and in your healing that new growth came, and in the harvest, you get to reap the rewards. You get to reap the rewards. I mean, that's pretty straightforward, wouldn't you say? Watch your money. Take good care of the harvest as it starts coming in. Make sure that when you prepare it and put it up, if you are a person that does any home canning, make sure you do that safely so that no one is ill over the winter time, because we're going to get ready to start over here again. This is an interesting reading, very, very interesting reading. So I see 2025 is going to be a time of some upheaval, some change, strange weather again, with higher than normal temperatures, more active than normal storms. But it won't have an impact on the end result, the reward that goes from enjoying and trusting the lessons that are going to be coming for 2025. Be your own oracle. Do not act or react until you have all the information you feel comfortable that you need in this year. Wow. Very, very, very interesting. Oh yes, and the sun. If any secrets that you think you might have that you can hold on to and no one will know, they're going to be exposed as well. So, interesting. And I get over here, the little animals that live around us are giggling because they know this is a time of balancing. Balancing has to happen before the rebuilding. And balancing is uncomfortable because a lot of change and release goes with that. So stay in your flow. Breathe. Take the time that you need to take care of yourself and trust and honor your inner knowing, that third eye. Now, therapests, what do you got to tell us? You are important. You matter. I hope to tell you you matter. There's only one of you and you were created for a reason. And you're here doing it now. We need you. We need you in all your full abilities. So come forward, join us, and be strong. I thank you all for being here. This has been an interesting reading. This cat is just, you are important. All of you are important. We are all worthy. Please understand that and know that as we come together every Saturday, at least for this half hour to an hour time, together we're thriving. Our energy is mixed together and bubbling and boiling that cauldron of love. So I thank you very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this. We will see you next time. Bye-bye now.